Hey everyone, it's Adrienne Graham from Empowerment Corporation. I wanted to do this quick video because I wanted to talk about the big uproar about Sheryl Sandberg's new book, Lean In, and her organization, Lean In. Um, I haven't read the book yet, so full disclosure. And you guys know I have a lot to say about women in general and women in certain industries and technology and getting ahead and all that good stuff. Well, it seems to be that Cheryl has been very polarizing on both sides, either side. You have people who are complaining because they feel, why is she getting all this attention? Because it's nothing new. This isn't a discussion that we haven't already been having for years and years and years. And then you have the other side of the equation of people who are praising her because they're saying, oh my God, yes, yes, she said it. She's given us the answers. Okay, look. First of all, you guys need to settle down a little bit. Calm down. It is not a big deal. You guys are shooting the messenger or putting the messenger on a pedestal, either way you want to look at it. And, it is a conversation that we've had for years and years. You guys have heard me say a lot of times that I prefer mixed company and I prefer that women didn't isolate themselves. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there still aren't any inequalities in the workforce and in business and things like that, because women, for as far as we've come, we still have a little bit ways to go. Technology is one instance, but I mean, come on guys, we are getting all bent out of shape about this. Cheryl is talking about her experiences. She's drawing from this book, she's drawing on her experiences and her stories that she can share with someone else. Her stories may not be my stories may not be your stories, but it doesn't mean that one is right and one is wrong. Okay, we've got to stop this. We got to stop this infighting. And then the other conversation that I've heard was, the whole, what about Black women? What about Latinas? And we just really take this in directions that we really don't need to be taking it. I said to a very good friend of mine, a colleague of mine the other day, that perhaps we don't need to have this same conversation all the time. Women don't need to lean in more. I think that we've leaned in, fell in, stepped in, reached in, all those things that we have done. It's just that's Cheryl's term that she uses. What I think is that we need to be smart and we need to start having different conversations. I made a comment in one of the candid conversations that I did, the very first candid conversations that I did. If you guys know anything about that, you know that I do this series once a month for my new company, the Red Shoe Agency. Plug, plug, plug. Go to theredshoeagency.com. I said that it's time we stop having these conversations and we start working on solutions. I was a little bit hasty in saying that because I do believe that. I don't backtrack. You guys know when I put something out there, when I say something, I absolutely mean it. What I mean today is perhaps we need to have different conversations. How many more conversations can we have about pay inequity? How many conversations can we have about, women, there are this amount of women for that amount of men in board seats and director seats and things like that? We need to start having different kinds of conversation because I feel like we're kind of on this treadmill. We're going round and round and round and round. And every so often we get a brand new savior. I don't know if I should use the word savior, but a brand new spokesperson. Cheryl happens to be taking the turn this time, who kind of restarts the same conversations over and over and over. Somebody, Elaine Podfelt over in Forbes, very good writer, wrote for Fortune as well. She wrote an article today that basically says, well, who said we have to lean in the corporate sense? Why not give us the option of entrepreneurship? First of all, it was a great article. If you haven't seen it, it's on Forbes. Her name is Elaine Podfelt, Podfeldt. I hope I spelled that right. We don't have to wait to be given anything. It's just like with, I hate the word minorities, but I have to say it, ethnic minorities. We don't have to wait to be given anything, So I think that we should really look at how do we change the conversation, and I realize, I'm 43. I admit it proudly. I'm very proud. I earned every one of those 43 years. But, for every person at my age, there's another person coming out of college or out of high school who hasn't gotten the memo yet. This is new to them. So while we more experienced women may say, oh, this isn't new, this is old stuff, this is old hat, there are women out there who have not gotten the message yet. So instead of us focusing on the message bearer, perhaps we need to focus on the message. Perhaps we need to take responsibility and bring up the next generation of women. But also, we have to stop this us versus them mentality. You know, me being a woman in business, being a double minority, double ethnic minority, half Black, half Latina in business, you know, my thing has always been about diversity and inclusion and embracing everyone. That's who I am. I do acknowledge the need for, you know, women only things, certain ethnicity groups and initiatives. I get it. I get it. There's certain things as a woman that I can talk to another woman about that I wouldn't be able to talk to a man about. But when you talk about business, and that includes careers, corporate careers, it includes starting your own business, running your own business. Business is business. It's not gender specific. I know I'm going to get some flack for that. I don't care. This is my video. I can say what I want to say. But we need to focus more on not trying to isolate ourselves and start our own, I guess, colony. I don't know if that's the right way. Because we're half of the population. We leave out men, we leave out the other half. So I think instead of focusing on what women can do to get ahead, to move up, to succeed and achieve, which is all great topics, I think we need to focus on integration. I think we need to focus on how do we survive? How do we thrive? How do we succeed in working with our male counterparts? That is the conversation we need to be having. Not who's at fault, not who's holding us back, not what can be done to get people to take us seriously. We need to function, unless you plan on having a business or work for a company that is all women, 100% women run, women owned, women employed, serve women customers. You have to deal with men. And guess what? There are some plenty of groups and companies out there that are for women. They have men working there too. They do. So let's, take a moment and breathe. First of all, read Cheryl's book. Don't just make an opinion or give your opinion without having read it. Don't jump to conclusions and assume that she's just jumping on the bandwagon and trying to get her spotlight. I don't know what her intention is. I don't know Cheryl, so I can't speak for her. What I'm saying is we need to stop these knee-jerk reactions and start focusing on doing better and being better. So please feel free to share your comments below in the comment section or send me an email at info@empowerme.org, or you can tweet me at Talent Diva using hashtag Real Talk, because it's the only way I know how to do it is Real Talk. Or, pick up the phone, give me a call, 866-810-2525. Let me know if you've read the book and what your opinion is about the book, and share what you've learned from it. And if you haven't read it, don't comment on the book. Take care and behave.